Arman Tsarukyan's timeline for last week was Wednesday night. He couldn't sleep at all, crazy pain in his lower back. In the morning, he didn't train. They were going to see how they felt in the evening, so they went to the press conference. And in the evening, they felt better, started cutting weight, but then his back seized up on the bike while cutting weight. So they called the doctor to check out what's going on. He went to sleep 6 pounds over, was going to cut the rest in the morning, but he had really bad back pain overnight. Couldn't move at all, so at 5 a.m. they called it off. Couldn't cut any more weight. Called off the fight. Renato Moicano stepped in. Patricio Pitbull's brother Patricky turns 39 and he says, "I've decided to start a new chapter. I was released from PFL. Thanks for the memories, Bellator. Stay tuned for my next fight news." His brother Patricio says, "Congrats to my brother Patricky on his new deal with the GFL. I'm sure a lot of exciting fights will be coming." So Patricky to the GFL, maybe Patricio to the UFC. Yadong calls for a fight with Umar Nurmagomedov. They're supposed to fight over the weekend. There's talk of them fighting over the weekend, but it ended up being a title fight for Umar. But Yadong first has to fight Henry Cejudo on the main event of UFC Seattle next month, February 22nd. Cory Sandhagen believes he has the best style to beat Merab Dvalishvili based on his footwork and his distance management.
Styles make fights, all right? I think that if you're going to be a guy that fights against Merab, you have to have really good footwork and be able to defend the takedowns in an energy-efficient way. But that being said, Merab has fought O'Malley, beat him pretty decisively. Jan beat him pretty decisively. Umar beat him pretty decisively. Those are the three guys that are ahead of me. I should be next in line. I know that that's kind of a tough sell, so I'm not going to try to sell you guys on that shit because you guys know that I don't like doing that. I prefer to keep things real, okay? So I don't think that I should get a title shot off of an immediate loss. But I do think that if there is a style that beats Merab, it's one that can control the space the best. And say whatever you want about my style. What you have to say about it is that I probably have the best footwork in the division, and if not the best, like way up there, okay? I hold space, keep space, close it, open it, better than anyone else in the division, in my opinion.
If it was a 3-round fight, Sandhagen would have a better chance to beat Merab. But over the course of 5 rounds, guys get tired against Merab. If it was a 3-round fight between Umar and Merab, Umar would have won 2 rounds to 1, but it was 5 rounds, so he lost 3 rounds to 2. That being said, it's not impossible to win later rounds against Merab. O'Malley won 3 and 5 against Merab, so not impossible, but very difficult because Merab is pushing that frenetic pace for the entire 25 minutes. A fight between Sandhagen and O'Malley would be a fun one to watch. Good striking, entertaining, and technical stand-up battle, but O'Malley might be getting the next title shot against Merab, so the only guy for Sandhagen to fight in the top 5 who he hasn't fought yet would be Davison Figueiredo. Figueiredo's coming off a lost to Piotr Yan via decision. Cory Sandhagen also lost to Piotr Yan via decision in 2021. Kickboxing champion with 135 kickboxing fights, John Wayne Parr developed Tourette's and OCD, which has progressively gotten worse over the past decades.
I can see you.
Should we do that? Do we do the
Not
video?
yet, not yet, not yet.
Stop.
I just want to see you ticking.
Stop. 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 Stop.
But he's getting help for it. Been on medication and my tics have calmed down and feeling normal again. Happy to be back at home with family. New battle, but bring it on. Appreciate everyone's support. It's making this a lot easier. Sean Strickland thinks he has a similar problem. The busier I stay, the less twitchy I am. Or if you just want to completely ignore the problem, try something else less noticeable, like rubbing your fingers together. Good luck. He also has, there's a point it got so bad and frustrating, I'd fall asleep shocking my hand just for the pain distraction. 100% the most frustrating thing, but you just got to work through it. Only path in life is forward. Strickland will be fighting in 2.5 weeks in Sydney, Australia against DDP February 8th. Jack Della Maddalena says he was willing to fight Carlos Prates at UFC 312 next month in Sydney on February 8th, but then the UFC ended up giving him the Leon Edwards fight. So now he's headlining UFC London March 22nd against Leon Edwards at the O2. It would have been a good opportunity for Carlos Prates because Carlos Prates is 13 in the welterweight division and Jack Della Maddalena is number 4. Prates would have had a chance to move up 9 spots in the rankings if he got the victory. UFC is pretty high on protest. They gave him that main event slot against Neil Magny. And they were also willing to give him Shavkat Rachmanov when Belal Muhammad pulled out of that fight. So they're grooming Prates as a potential title challenger this year. Sean Brady wants to fight Kamaru Usman at UFC 314 April 12th in Miami, Florida. That's number 3 and 5 in the welterweight division. Brady 5, Usman 3. Only fight on that card so far is Morales versus Burns. Burns was Brady's last opponent. Last opponent for Usman was Khamzat Chimaev at 185. Belal Muhammad tells MMA Fighting that he intends to defend his welterweight title against Shavkat Rachmanov in May or June, and then after that he plans to fight 2 more times this year. He wants to fight in October and then at the end of the year. I mean, the timeline doesn't really make any sense. He wants to fight 3 times in the span of 6 or 7 months, headline 3 pay-per-views in 6 months, and then he wants to headline a pay-per-view in October and December. 2 of the last 3 pay-per-views are headlined by Belal Muhammad. The timeline doesn't really make any sense, but hopefully we do see him back in May or June against Rachmanov. Robert Whittaker was pissed off at DC for posting that picture of his mouth after his loss to Khamzat Chimaev. He said it was a scummy thing to do, but he's like, it is what it is. Just roll with the punches. And the face cranks. Michael Chandler has interest in fighting Paddy Pimblett, so that's a good opportunity for Paddy. Paddy's 12, Michael Chandler is number 7, so Paddy has good options. Moicano is also calling him out, who's 2 spots ahead of him, so he's in a good spot because usually guys ranked above you don't call you out when you're below them, but Paddy has 2 guys ranked above him calling him out. LFA on Fight Pass on Saturday. On Friday, they got Karate Combat. Efren Escudero is on that card.
We're in a very physical sport, but it's always fun when you can become friends with these guys. There's no way. It's not even a practice.
Usman Nurmagomedov getting a lot of attention from the media leading up to his fight Saturday in the PFL in Dubai against Paul Hughes. Khabib is there with the rest of the team in his corner. Tagir Ulanbekov is there sporting some of the bruising he sustained in his fight with Clayton Carpenter over the weekend. He handed Carpenter his first loss. Javier Mendez, head of AKA, is also there in the corner of Usman Nurmagomedov.
Раз, два, три, четыре, пять, шесть, семь.
Keith Thurman versus Brock Jarvis, March 12th in Sydney. Thanks for watching. If you want to support the channel, you can via Super Thanks donation, or you can leave a donation via PayPal. There's a link on the main page.